1. Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2. Get some good, some food in you. Step 3. Think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2. Get some good, some food in you. Step 3. Think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Boy, look at him. I done said this before, but I'ma say it one more time for the folk in the back. Stop talking about how them people over there doing you. Stop talking about how they talking to you. Stop talking about how they walking you like a dog. Stop talking about how they disrespecting you. Stop talking about how they don't honor and don't value you. And get away from them. Why are you still connected to folk that you know for a fact is not good for you? What you holding on for? At this point, it's like you a glutton for pain. When you know that they don't value you, when you know that they don't respect you, when you know that they don't honor you, then cut them loose. Point blank, period. Get up out of there. Stop complaining about how they treat you and get away from them.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
Well, good morning, you beautiful people of YouTube. It's nice to see you here bright and early this morning. I scheduled it back just a little bit. We're running behind about a half hour from our normal coffee club time. And it's because of this new case. I wanted to get a good understanding. Not a whole lot of information is coming out from the Bliefnick case that started about a month ago. They have made an arrest in it, and we're going to get to that. It's a pretty interesting case, but again, not a whole lot of information on the heels of the arrest. But we are going to be digging in and finding out more important information about this particular case. It's another domestic violence case of an award-winning nurse. But again, we will get back to that case here in just a moment, and then we're going to go. I know I was meaning to come back here yesterday afternoon, but when I went to set up this, I noticed that Dolly was live, and I didn't want to interrupt that. And then, of course, my day kept going on, so I had other engagements. I only have a certain amount of times to do things during the day, and then I still work on other stuff. Many of you guys know I've got some exciting news to tell you. You know that we have been talking about, I don't know why I put these back on, I'm not reading yet. You know how we've been talking about getting a raffle going. And then I reached out, I got a call from another creator saying, be careful. The haters are going to try to, take your account if you do it through YouTube. So I reached out to YouTube. And while it's not a violation, there can be some sticky areas. So it was recommended to do something third party. Well, you guys know my schedule. Trying to find time to find a third party to run a raffle is not one of the top priorities. But we wanted to do something fun that we haven't done on the Bullhorn Betty channel before. So we're giving away some shirts. And the tickets for the raffle will be $2 a ticket or 3 for $5. So I wanted to put this up so you guys could see, the types of shirts. I'm purchasing the shirts, but what you're going to do is when you win the raffle, you pick out what type of shirt you want, the color, the texture, what you want on it. Here's one of them. Here's another one. Let me see if I can get this up a little bit bigger. There we go. Oops, not trying to do that. But I am trying to move you down. Why aren't you moving down? There we go. So there's the one. I like that one. That's cute. That's cute. But again, there's a few different shirts that you can choose from. I digress. Say what? I know where that picture came from because I recognize it. And that's the photo of me at my county commissioner meeting, talking to my county commissioners about some priorities I have. And that's, I love that face, cracks me up. And then, of course, this one is not the original, but I see it because we got Molly Go Lightly, House of Williams, and Jonathan. Is that Jonathan Lee Riches? Oh, no, that's Justice for All. Justice for All. So you get all of the gang on this one. So you get some ideas of what kind of shirts she does have. So we are going to be raffling those off through a third party. I've already got it set up. I've got to finish adding like a thumbnail that shows all these different designs that she has. But we're going to run 4 different campaigns, 4 different raffles, and give away a shirt, any type of shirt you guys want. So, and if you want something special, if you want one of my designs, I'll send it over to Sonia, and she can probably do one of the designs that I done as well. So either way, but I love her designs. I think they're cute, and I thought you guys might like doing that. So before we get too far into the day, I want to say good morning to as many people as I can say good morning to within reason. So Jennifer L., nice to see you here this morning, bright and early. Skittles Riddles, nice to see you here this morning, love. Patricia Miller, Tammy Moss. Who else do we have? Cranky Pants is in the house. Stacy Fuller, Sharon, Tammy, nice to see you. We're going to be, I forgot to go over those tattoos. What did I do with them? Hold on a second. Thought I had 2 of them up. Okay, I didn't put this in the right order. Sorry. So I've got your stuff up as well. So nice to see you here this morning. Leonard Love, good morning. Julie, Nana of 7, Teresa, Kathy T, just an old lady. Who else do we have? Kathy, I already said hi. Robert's Girl's in the house. Good morning, Robert's Girl. Nice to see you. Angie Gibson, nice to see you. Kim, it's nice to see you. TD Dean. Sheila, Faith Lynn, and anybody else that's up in the house. Teresa, I see you. Just scroll. Brandy, nice to see you. Michelle. And I know there's a lot more people. Sparkly Blue Eyes, nice to see you. ZA. And I know there's a lot more of you guys that I can't get to. It's because we're already 11 minutes into the morning. I got a lot of stuff to cover. So good morning to everyone else. It's nice to see you. Don't forget to go out there and hit the thumbs up button for your friend Bullhorn Betty. We'll get with the language of letting go in just a second. But prior to that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. So many of you guys know that I, one of our own in this chat, it has a missing daughter. Has a missing daughter. And here she is. This is a picture of her daughter that's missing. And I'm hoping, let me see if I can get this a little bit bigger. I might be able to, I might not. There we go. So you guys can see the faces a little better. There you go. That has been missing. Her mother is worried sick, would like to know where she is. So if you have any information, please reach out to the Dorchester Police Department or Sheriff's Department. I'm not sure which. This is Candace Dawn Quattlebaum. Hopefully I said that correctly. If I didn't, I apologize. But here's some photos of tattoos that are on her wrist right there. And hopefully that'll help the audience, if they see her, to help identify her and just get, even if she's okay, her family just needs to know she's okay. So please, if you guys see her anywhere, you are asked to please call the Dorchester Police Department. There she is. Very beautiful girl. Believed to be in an ST situation. So if we can try to bring some help and some closure to her family in finding her and helping her get out of whatever situation she might be in, that would be really great. And again, here is some identifying marks on her wrists. So I'd really appreciate it. Hold on a second. Diesel gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Diesel. Let me just go over here. 5 memberships were donated by, we have a couple things here. Joyce Swift, nice to see you here. She's got her 2-month silver. Good morning, Betty and Coffee Clubbers. Well, thank you. Thank you so much, Joy. It's a pleasure having you here. Let's see, who else do we have? There we go. Oops. Did I miss one? There we are. So, Diesel Roddy Puppy gifted 5 Bullhorn Betty memberships. Those went to Mab. Mab, congratulations. You are now officially a coffee clubber. Faith Lynn. Christine Roy, nice to see you. It looks like Shiloh Rose and Little Cruz all have nope, Shiloh Rose, remember? Hold on, I got one wrong. So Mab is 1, Faith Lynn is 1, Shiloh Rose, Lily Crew, and Diane Parker. So if you guys would like, go ahead and say thank you to Diesel Roddy Puppy for your memberships. And again, thank you, Diesel. That was very, very, very sweet. I appreciate you. God bless you. God bless you. I wish I could put it up on the screen, but you guys know how much problems I have. It just doesn't want to do anything I want it to do. So, and it doesn't give me those things behind the scene for whatever reason. It just doesn't. But again, this is just for those that would like to know. This is, one of our own. She's a lady that's in here a lot. She watched the Alec Murdaugh trial with us, and part of the family. And if anybody that's hurting and is missing a loved one, we definitely want to help, especially our own. So if anybody has any information, please reach out to the Dorchester Police Department or Sheriff's Department. Again, I don't know which one it is. Terms of service, contacts must be free to enter. You are not asking participants to buy a ticket. You'll get struck. It's a third party. Drops of rain. I've already talked to YouTube. If it's not conducted on YouTube, they have no bearing as to what it is. It's no different than dropping any other link for anything. It has nothing to do with YouTube term of service. And we're not doing any raffles through here. We're only giving people a link to participate in a third-party raffle off YouTube. So that's the workaround that we were able to work out with YouTube. So I'm not sure how I'm going to get struck. They can strike me all day long, but unfortunately, there's nothing that I'm doing wrong. So, it's a third party. It's no different than sending people over to Fox News instead of YouTube. We're not going to be doing any raffling. The prize is not going to be pooled on the show. It's going to be all done and carried out by a third party. So if anybody and you can't, and YouTube cannot tell people where they can and cannot go on the internet. So again, that's one of the reasons why. And no, it's not going to be free. The tickets are $1 or 3 for $5. So if you would like to, I appreciate your help, but I've already talked to YouTube about this. I don't understand. That's how I was able to get through and get this whole third party thing. They can't do anything. And that's why it worked. That's why it worked for JS for Justice. She did a raffle on hers where they were selling tickets for a TV around Christmas time. It was all done by a third party company. And that's why she didn't have any problems with hers. So, yeah. So that's why I'm not doing any contests or raffles on YouTube. They're done by a third party. Okie Crime News. Good morning. Good morning, Okie. It's nice to see you in here. But I do appreciate the help. But I did know about that. Somebody, I think it was Dolly Vision, that reached out to me and told me to be careful what I do. And so that's when I said, how can a raffle or stuff be illegal on YouTube? It has nothing to do with YouTube. And so when I reached out to YouTube and they told me I needed to use I can't administer it through YouTube, I decided not to administer it through YouTube. So we have a third party company that will be doing the entire raffle. But we can talk about it. We're allowed to talk about the raffle here on YouTube, and I'm allowed to share the link to the third party company here on YouTube. I'm just not allowed to use YouTube to collect money for the raffle or anything like that. So again, we're making sure we follow all of the rules and standards, because we do have a bunch of haters out there that love nothing more than to see us go down. But again, not doing anything wrong. Already spoke to YouTube, already have a good understanding of what we're allowed to do. And that's why we went ahead and moved forward with it. I knew this about a month ago. And like I said, I told you guys that it's going to have to be a third party company, and I would get it set up, and it kept going. I'm like, I'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. I'll do it next week. And finally, yesterday, while I was supposed to be live, I decided to get all this extra stuff done because I didn't want to waste the time that I had spent. Yes, thank you, Sonia. I did get those pictures. I draw just. I missed a comment or live, but is the draw just a free giveaway? Is it for members or everyone? How is it going to work? So there's going to be a third party. It's a third party site. You guys will have the link. For those that would like to participate in the raffle are more than welcome to. Again, the tickets on this third party site for the raffle are $2 for one ticket or $5 for 3 tickets. And those are the nominations that you can get it in. You can either get, if you want more than 3 tickets, then you can do, if you want 4 tickets, you can do the 5 for 3 and the 1 for 2. I mean, it doesn't matter, but the whole thing is done on a third party. It's handled by a third party. The drawing is done by a third party. I have no hand in any of it. It's completely third party, does everything, collects, picks the winner, states. So this will be the third party raffle thing that's going to be happening off of YouTube is going to start in about 4 or 5 more days. It's going to be starting on Friday. So I believe it's Friday or Saturday. I can't remember what date I started it. But when we get closer, we'll drop the link to the raffle if you guys would like to participate. Again, what is being given away in that raffle? Where are the photos? And I must have dropped the photos for whatever reason. Oh no, I didn't. Here they are. And for those that would like to know, here it is. These shirts, again, not even Bullhorn Betty shirts. I mean, they're Bullhorn Betty shirts, but they're not even made by me or Teespring. They're made by one of our friends here in the group. So you get your choice of what shirt you would like. So hopefully you guys like the raffle idea. Maybe we might do something later down the road, such as 50-50. We'll figure it out. But we're definitely going to just be on the lookout, because that link will be the URL will be probably posted first in the community chat. And then if the mods want to post it in here, once it opens, they're more than welcome to. Again, it's just a fundraiser. So, and we realized that we can't do it through YouTube. So we took it off YouTube, and that's just all there is to it. And they can't control a third party. So not violation of any terms and service. Made sure, like I say, every time somebody wants to give me problems, or there is a problem that needs to be overcome, I either go around it or over it. That's how I work. And that's what makes this channel so successful. As opposed to complaining and griping about what you can't do, we find ways that we can do them. And this is the way that it was told to me that I could do it. So that is exactly what we're going to do to keep me right with YouTube. So when the haters come knocking at my door and trying to take me down, that YouTube can tell them she followed the rules exactly the way they were supposed to be followed. Right? So thank you so much, Sean. Let me see what's over there. Let me go over to the other side. And see what your super sticker was. I can't see it on that side. It makes me upset. Well, it doesn't make me upset. It hurts me, because I'd like to see it. I'm an official coffee club member. Awesome. You are, Mav. And Sean with her coffee, thank you so much. God bless you. I appreciate it. Absolutely, without a doubt. You guys are awesome. I got some of the best audience members. I do. Whether you guys are subscribers, well, you can't chat in the chat room without being a subscriber. But whether you're a subscriber or a member, I do truly have the best people here. You guys are all amazing and super, super sweet. So one of the other things you can do to help me out is don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way in or on your way out this morning. So let me see if there's anything. Drops of rain. Well, just J is for justice must not have gotten struck, but you have a lot of people that don't like you. And I assure you, you get to, again, I don't know what part of this you do not understand. Okay. And this is the last time I'm going to address this. I've already reached out. I am a creator. I have over 10,000 subs. So we have access to people to talk to when you have over 10,000 subs and you're monetized. Okay. So we have access to people with YouTube that make decisions. Therefore, my account has already been logged. They've already given me clear instruction on what I'm allowed to do and what I'm not allowed to do. I am not running this on YouTube. It's being handled by a third party. So they can strike me all they want, just like they strike me every single day I'm live. And it does absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing have they been able to do to Bullhorn Betty. Okay. There's nothing in terms of service that tell you you cannot share a link to a raffle. Happens all the time on YouTube. They are not allowed to control what I do off of YouTube. So if you have an offense to it, and you can strike me if you so choose, I'm not going to block you or anything like that. But clearly you're trying to find a way. I've already reached out to YouTube. You are more than welcome, if you don't believe me, to reach out to YouTube and confirm the information I'm giving you. Third party. They can't do anything about it. They can't do anything about third parties. They can only do about what kind of work I'm doing on here. And right now, I'm not doing anything that violates any terms and rules of service. That's why every time you guys go out there and try to attack me and try to, report my stuff, they have a real person that looks at it. That's why it's lifted so quickly. Like literally on YouTube, I probably have one of the quickest lifts because of all the audience out there, because they know people are constantly attacking me. And literally within 15 minutes of me doing my my appeal on the monetization on every single one of my videos, it's off within 5 to 10 minutes. I don't even have to wait hours anymore, because they already know it's BS and they turn my monetization right back on. So, I mean, everything that people keep trying to do that they think is working, all they're doing is wasting their time. All they're doing is wasting their time. And I'll tell you, because I am constantly in contact with YouTube. I don't do anything on here without being in contact with YouTube. And I do that for a reason, because I want to make sure that the haters don't get an opportunity to lie about me or take me down. So I am constantly checking and making sure that that I'm doing everything the right way. That's what I do. And that's why I'm still here. Now, their channels, they don't want to tell you that. That's why they're having to build 3 and 4 channels. Their channels are being taken away because of the way they're conducting themselves, not me. So again, you're more than welcome to reach out to YouTube yourself and confirm the information. I know there's plenty of haters out there. Plenty of haters out there that would love to do nothing but try to take my channel away. Why? I have no idea. I've never talked about them. I don't dislike them. They dislike me because they've got nothing better to do with themselves. That's on them, not on me. I sleep just fine at night. You know, I have my bills paid. I own my home. I own a car. I've ran many jobs. I've owned businesses. I'm semi-retired before the age of 45. I mean, I'm doing what I need to be doing in life. And we're doing good at what we do. Do I have the best of everything? No, I do not. Do I struggle? Absolutely. Absolutely. But again, I'm sure my haters will be out there, fact checking the information, which they're more than welcome to do. How about that? We're going with the raffle, folks. We're going with the raffle. And you'll see it's not even on YouTube. The link will be shared as promised with everybody. It'll be shared not only on this channel and the community tab, it'll also be shared on our Facebook True Crime group and on Twitter. So you guys are more than welcome to participate if you guys so choose, and we'll let the haters do what the haters do, which is make a lot of noise and complete absolutely nothing. Right? So there we have it. Good night. Good to see you, Audrey. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I love the raffle idea. Yeah. Well, not only that, but when you go to Teespring or everything else, these shirts are like, $30 or $40 and, not including shipping. And it's like, if somebody can get it for, $2 or $5, they'd be happy. I think it's a win-win for everybody. So, and it raises money for good causes. So, we do what we need to do. Yeah, exactly. The haters are going to hate, they're going to still always try to take Bullhorn Betty down with the pitchfork. There's nothing I can do about the haters. Nothing. All I can do is, I have no control over them. All I have control over is myself. I don't even have control over any of you. I have control over myself and what I do with my time and my day. And I choose not to let the hate infect me. And I think that that's super, super important, is don't let the hate affect you. There are a few creators I dislike immensely, but I don't punish myself by watching them. Sad testament to their lives. They have so much time they waste. I know. I was laughing at it. Who was I talking to? I can't remember who I was talking to. I was on the phone with somebody. I talked to several people, and I said the same exact thing. I'm like, can you imagine how miserable somebody's life has to be? Like literally has to be to follow somebody that and have to hang on every single word, literally every single word. I got him fixing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not planning on blocking that person. They can have their opinion. They can keep shouting their opinion from the rooftop. But I've already talked to, the creator chat here on YouTube. I made sure, and not only that, I didn't do it just recently. I did this because remember we've been talking about this third party raffle system. We've been talking about that for well over a month because it was before I even went. We started talking about that before I even went to Diamond's celebration of life, as a matter of fact, because I remember I was going to have time to do it there and ended up getting sidetracked. I decided to pick up several cases and go on to, oh, Justice for All, nice to see you. I decided to, what was it? To go to Madalena Kojakari and then Alec Murdaugh and then Leilani Simon. I kind of did this tour. Your mod already blocked him, LOL. Well, things happen for a reason. That's the way I look at it. Things happen for a reason. I'm not going to cry over it. The person should be, they were trying to, no, I mean, you can't, somebody on the other end telling me what I can do after spending 20 minutes on chat with the YouTube help chat directly with YouTube. And they're going to try to tell me how to do this when I already got instruction directly from the mouth of, from the mouth of the babes, right? Right, directly from YouTube on what I can and cannot do. So, for all the haters out there, you want to raise money on this, you're more than welcome to. Don't say that I'm doing anything wrong, especially after I've already talked to YouTube about it. Period. Waste of effort and time. Yeah, it always is a waste of effort and time. But either way, here is the link if you want to go look at her designs. You're only going to be able, and Sonia knows this, you're only going to be able to pick Bullhorn Betty products. I know she has a lot of beautiful products, but you're only going to be able to pick anything that's in the Bullhorn Betty line for her. That's what is being raffled off. Her other shirts, if you like them, you're more than welcome to purchase those separately. She's got a great selection. I mean, she does. I had an opportunity to go through some of her photos on her Facebook page, which is posted right here. And she's got some really cute stuff. She's got, including hats, but we're not giving away hats. Maybe we might do a Bullhorn Betty hat giveaway. I don't know. We'll see how this whole process goes with the first run on this third party site and see how it works out and if any adjustments or things need to be changed, and who knows, if it's wildly successful, we may upgrade our game and give away, bigger and better products. So I don't know. We'll see how it all works out. Good morning, Justice for All. I agree. I didn't even type their names in the search bar. Life is way too precious. I know. And just remember, every time you watch one of those crazy hate channels that are still, can you believe we've been here? We're into our second year on YouTube. And can you believe that they're still talking about the stuff that they talked about when I first arrived here? Can you imagine that? I mean, I just want to put that in perspective. Now, if you were a creator and your job is to create content for your audience, and the only thing that you can find content on is me, I would be a bored subscriber. But apparently people are hook, line, and sinker in the hate. So you know what? You guys have a miserable life talking about the same stuff you were talking about last year and completing absolutely nothing positive in your life or any life around you. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Look at all the stuff we've been able to accomplish by keeping our nose in the right direction, silencing the noise around us. Like the stuff that they say, I don't even get notified for it anymore. When I first got here, I was shocked. My heart was broken that people hated me so much because I went out there and did what everybody else wished that they had, but didn't have the balls to do. That's what we did. Let's be honest, right? We went out there, but not only that, people thought we were just out there looking for attention. They had no earthly idea that we were actually investigating the cases that we were out there advocating for. They had no idea. Like I have literally reels and reels and reels of behind the scenes footage of Gabby Petito. Who knows? One day I may take all that and make my own documentary because we have so much. We have interviews from where Brian Laundrie's Mustang, where he parked that Mustang and it stayed out there at the Myakkahatchee Creek Environmental Park. Well, we talked to the lawn crew came through and mowed that very day. So we were actually able to talk to them before law enforcement. Law enforcement never reached out to them. This was a month later. Law enforcement still hadn't even reached out to that lawn crew to see if they had any information or even seen Brian Laundrie. But here's the kicker. They did see the car. They mowed around the car. They explained exactly where the car was parked and how it was positioned to me. And I asked them, did law enforcement get a hold of you? And they said no. And I'm like, why wouldn't they want to get a hold of? You were here around the time that he allegedly parked this car and disappeared. And law enforcement never reached out to you, not once. And they said no. So I gave them an interview right then and there about what they knew. And they pointed right out where the car was. They told me the reason why they remember this day so specifically is one, they very rarely ever mow around cars. But this one was really weird because they said it was backed up so far that if they had backed up any more, that the back of the car would have hit the wood piling that it's like these poles, these wood poles. I have pictures of it, but they said if it was backed up anymore, it would have hit the pole. And they remember this day so vividly because it was the day that rained cats and dogs, and they got one of their tractors stuck out there, and they had to go take the truck out there and pull it out. And that's why they remembered this stuff. All that. None of you guys ever even heard of that. All of that. I have all this behind the scenes stuff. So we do investigations when we're out there. We do our investigative reporting. It's not just about making noise and bringing, and quite frankly, that is kind of the last resort in these cases. With Quentin Simon, we went out there just to report on the case. I didn't know what I was going to do, but after 2 weeks of me standing there silently and just reporting on the fact that this girl killed her kid and was on double probation and could not pass a drug test and still manages to stay out of a jail cell is unheard of. And watching her and her mom sitting there partying and drinking at their house, I had just had enough. I didn't care about the sheriff. I did not care about the community. I didn't care about anything. I wanted that woman behind jail or behind bars where she belonged. And we were good. We didn't really go out there to kick up a fuss or cause chaos, but I was angry. And I let my audience know, this girl is the only suspect in her son's disappearance and death. And they believe the child is at the landfill, yet the chief of police, No Charge Hadley, wants to let her sleep in her own bed, wants to reward her for killing her son and throwing him away like a bag of trash. He wants to reward her by finding every reason to keep her out of jail instead of finding every reason to put her ass into jail. That is the problem I had in Chatham County. And never mind the fact their whole entire system there is corrupt, including that prosecuting attorney. Corrupt. Absolutely corrupt. But let's take a step back and then we'll start getting on to our new case and then an update on Brian Koberger here just shortly. But first, as always, we're getting back into the language of letting go. I think this is a great book. It definitely helps me. And I know that a lot of my audience members love it, and it helps them as well. So on May, oops, I read the wrong passage today. Maybe today is not the day that we need to read. I was about to read May 18th. I thought it was great. But guess what? It wasn't the right passage. So March 15th, so bear with me. March 15th is let go of the controls. You have the controls. My flight instructor says, no, you have the controls. I say back, no, I don't. He says, you do. My banter with my flight instructor can be amusing at times. It's not so funny when we fight about issues of power and control in our lives. And usually it goes the other way. We don't want to give control to someone else. We want those reins ourselves. Sound familiar? We want to get our way, and we get upset when things don't work out. Sometimes after we've been working on ourselves and our control issues for a while, we begin to be complacent because we've been so effectively using and directing our power. We rarely get into battles we can't win. Things work out smoothly. We mostly get our way because we're not trying to control what we can't. That's when it's easy to think we're more powerful than we are. Are you engaged in a power struggle with someone or something you can't change? Spend a moment thinking about it. Is it really the way you want to use your energy and power, trying to do the impossible, creating rifts and creating battles you can't win? Does that sound familiar? We can apply that to YouTube each and every day. When we try to control someone else or events beyond the scope of our power, we lose. I'm not controllable, and neither is anybody else in this chat. When we learn to discern the difference between what we can change and what we can't, we usually have the easier time of expressing our powers in our life because we're not wasting all of our energy using our power to change things we can't. We have a lot of energy left over to live our lives. Haters, go live your lives. Quit trying to change things. Even you can get a good message from the language of letting go. The thing is, letting go. Letting go of people, places, and things that you cannot control. Learn to say whenever you don't get what you want, learn to let things be the way they are. God, help me let go of my need to control and to be open to the flows of the universe. Good messaging. I like it. Even though that wasn't what I read this morning, I like May 15th, but we have to wait until May before we can get to May 15th. So, all right, here, hold on a second. Let me get to my messengers, make sure I'm not missing anything. Yeah, you can show that one. Princess Megan Elsa is good. And Drops of Rain, you are officially out of here. Don't call me a liar. Have you been on my phone? Have you been in my chat room? Don't tell me what I can and cannot do here. Drops of Rain. But you just wanted attention because you're a hater that was just proven wrong. And instead of reaching out to YouTube yourself to confirm the information, you choose to call me a liar. I don't lie. I don't lie. As a matter of fact, I'm brutally honest. And let me be brutally honest with you. I think you need to get a life. I really think that you need to stop all your hate or stay on your hate channels. When you come over here for somebody that doesn't and not asking for your opinion or anything, and what do you care? If I run this raffle and it takes my channel, isn't that the ending result you would like to have? So why do you care? Why do you care? You care because you know I am successful at what I do. You know, when I say what I'm going to do, I do it. People like you tried to hinder me helping people in Fort Myers that had lost everything, including family members' lives. And you guys came on here and said this was just a play to raise money, right? To raise money and not use it. I went down and spent more than I had received on providing groceries and food for the people down south. And I was told I was going to lose my channel then for doing that. Guess what? I'm still here. Don't you think I have a good idea? Do you think I'm willing to risk my channel over haters hating? Of course not. Grow up and get a life. My suggestion would be, instead of you worrying about what I'm doing every minute of my day, maybe you take the control back in your own life and worry about what you are doing each and every day. I'm sorry you feel inferior around me. I'm sorry I work my butt off. And I'm sorry that I take my work and do good for my community. I'm sorry that that offends you, but that is your problem and not mine. Good luck and God bless. So, I mean, that is what they want, right? I mean, why are they're screaming, oh, you're going to lose your channel. You could care less whether I lose my channel or not. So why do you care? Show me how it's done. If I do something wrong, then I lose my channel. That's the price I'm willing to pay. It's the price I'm willing to pay. Why do a hater care? They're going to be trying to report the hell out of it. And guess what? It's going to be a waste of their time, like every other thing they have done for the last 2 years. They get nothing accomplished and do nothing but complain. When are people going to get tired of it? Each and every person has to make a decision whether they want to deal with that garbage or not. It's not my problem. I don't care enough for it to make it my problem. I don't care. I don't care. I don't spend my days watching your garbage. I work. The thing that everybody says I don't do, looks like I do it. Good morning. Have a blessed day, everyone. Absolutely. I love you, Tammy. You're so funny. You're so funny. So let's get over to the meat and potatoes of this. Let's get over to the new case that we have coming up right now. Again, not a lot of information is really coming out. So I'm going to give you guys all the information that I have so far on this particular case. Again, not a whole lot. So the Bliefnicks, which is Tim and Becky, they got married in 2019. There is something that happened in this marriage. I'm not sure. What is it? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. People these days are so damn odd. Who lives like that? Back in the days when we didn't like people, we stayed away from them. Now they flock to you because they secretly love me. They're secretly jealous. That's what it all boils down to. They just can't stand that I can have the life that I have, and they just don't see. They think that this is not a job. Yet everything on YouTube, they have literally programs from YouTube, by YouTube, to YouTubers on the best ways of making money on YouTube, creating the channel, having a business plan for your content. They teach you how to do content creation plans. This is YouTube's benefits to its content creators. So this idea, this illusion that I can't be on here as a job is crazy. And that's what they try to peddle. But see, their problem is because they're trying to make YouTube their job and they are being unsuccessful at it. So anybody that's being successful at it, they want to destroy because they can't cut it. They can't cut it. That's why these channels have under 1,000 or about 2,000 people for years, because nobody is listening to their garbage, their hate. The hate is dwindling down. The more people that see me and come over here and start listening to this stuff and start getting factual information and have somebody that's willing to go fly to DC to talk to people, that's what people care about. People don't care that I offended somebody. I put a thumbnail up that somebody doesn't like. Who cares? Who cares? The thing is I would never be on a channel. You think I'm over on BK's channel or that smelly cabbage lady's watching anything? Absolutely not. I don't even listen to their voices. I don't watch their garbage. I don't watch their garbage. So you guys are more than welcome to. You guys know I'm a liberty person. I could care less who you guys watch and hang out with. I could care less. Just don't bring your garbage or your petty BS over here in this chat. Keep it over there. That's all I got to say. I don't care what you say about me. I could care less. That's your problem. The problem is these people think if they are nasty to me, that somehow it's going to affect me or hurt my feelings. I don't care about them. I don't care. Do what you need to do. But over here, we like to talk about crime cases. We like to talk about cold cases. We like to talk about children disappearing and find ways to advocate for them. That's what we do on this channel. And this is no different. Illinois man is held without bond in slaying of estranged wife, Becky Bliefnick, a nurse and a mother. This woman, not only that, was she a nurse, she was an award-winning nurse. Mike Ruiz did this article. Mike Ruiz, many of you guys know. I met out in front of Gabby Petito, no different than Brian Enton, just another person that, I see everywhere I go when we're out there covering these cases. So an Illinois judge ordered Timothy Bliefnick, this is the estranged husband. He also had a restraining order against him by his wife that obviously he broke. Again, it's just a piece of paper, right? Only people that follow the laws are the people that follow the laws. The criminals will not follow the law, no matter what piece of paper is in front of them. But he ordered him held without bail on Tuesday after Quincy police charged him with the murder of his estranged wife, who was found dead in her home with gunshots last month. She was shot, I think it was February 23rd. Yes, it's down here, February 23rd. And he goes in for his arraignment on the 24th, which is in about 9 days. Police arrested him Monday and charged him with murder and home invasion. Becky Bliefnick, there's her estranged husband right there. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. He's got long hair now, but some of the older photos show him nice and clean cut. He looked like a nice guy, but obviously there was a lot of violence in their home. Becky Bliefnick, nurse who shared 3 sons, so she's got 3 boys with this man that are now going to be without their mother and their father. Was found on February 23rd in her house. The couple was undergoing a divorce and lived in separate houses about a mile apart. So they lived about within a mile apart. And again, that setup works out fairly well when you have children. And I'll be honest with you. My parents, when they were split up, my mom, got one of the rental properties that was, within a mile and a half of our main house. And that's where she moved to. So at least we were in walking distance from one house to another. It was probably maybe a little more than a mile. I'm not sure. I can't remember how long it took us to walk there, but it worked. It worked, especially it kept us in the same school district, no matter what house we were at. With my sister getting her car, it was easier to get to and from school. It was really nice. But, when we had our problems as well, because many of you guys know that I came from a violent home, but nothing where I really thought my dad or was going to kill my mom or us, it just wasn't, we didn't have that. But, there were some incidences that happened out in the front yard. I will say that. His lawyer, Casey Schnack, told Fox News Digital that the boys remained in government custody, but were due for a hearing Wednesday to determine whether they could be placed in the care of other relatives. Prosecutors described the crime Monday as an act of domestic violence, as it happened after Becky Bliefnick sought an order of protection against her estranged husband. Now, this is what upsets me a little. Oh, thank you, Kimberly. God bless you. Thank you so much. This is what upsets me a little bit. Now, I get it that they're going through a divorce, and this Casey Schnack is the divorce attorney for him. See, he looked like a clean-cut guy, I mean, it looked like they love football. They had this might be like, it almost looks like this is a Halloween photo of them where they're football players and the baby's the football. It's kind of cute. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of cute. It's cute. A cute little family costume. She looks like a very, very nice woman. But she got this protective order. But, his attorney is downplaying this protective order, basically saying this move's not common. This isn't and the accused prosecutor of attempting to craft a narrative. How can you craft a narrative? She was getting a divorce and she was shot dead in her own home. And she had a protective order against this man, and his attorney is saying, it's no big deal. This is what we do here in Illinois. Everybody gets these protective orders. She didn't really fear for her life. I have to think, with this woman dead, she truly feared for her life. She thought if she did everything the right way that she would be protected, and the more she did to protect herself, the angrier this man got. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Tim Bliefnick, 39, has a colorful past. He actually appeared in the Family Feud, and hold on, my notes said, okay, so he appeared in Family Feud in 2021. So actually not too long ago, he was actually in a that Family Feud game. I'll show you guys here in just a little bit. And then Rose 901 Lulu, she's on Twitter. I follow her, and she was able to say this: Tim Bliefnick has terrible dad jokes for days on TikTok. I hope he tells this one in jail today. So let's see what he says. Can you guys hear that or no? This is a bad joke. He said, "Why do Mexicans take an anxiety medication?" And he goes, "Think about it. I'll wait." Hold on. Nothing, he says. To help with Hispanic attacks. That's a horrible joke. Sounds like he's a little racist toward Mexicans, which I find offense to because half my family's Mexican. But talking about Becky, she was a beautiful lady as well. She was beautiful. And then we're going to go over some more information about this. She was garnered the hometown hero because of her work in the coronavirus when the coronavirus pandemic broke out. So Becky Bliefnick, 41, was a devout Catholic who had been given the award from the Daisy Foundation for her work as a nurse at the height of the coronavirus pandemic. She was the homegrown hero, having graduated valedictorian from Quincy Notre Dame High School and gone to Quincy University. So, just a beautiful soul lost. Quincy Police Chief Adam Yates announced the arrest on Monday morning news brief and said that the assistance from the public was key for investigators. Again, assistance from the public. Law enforcement can't do it on its own. And we do provide, and I would have, if something had happened, I would have been there. I didn't find out about this until just recently, unfortunately. As a matter of fact, I just found out about it during my research. Was it last night or the night before? I can't remember. But this is all about about the same. This goes into his Family Feud contestant charged with the murders. We've already looked at it. My only surprise is that it took so long. I'm just as important as QPT conduct such an investigation to rule Tim out as a suspect so that the investigation efforts can be spent elsewhere. They never went past them. So let me go up here. We'll just read this. An Illinois man who once competed on Family Feud was arrested Monday in the murder of his estranged wife, a nurse and mother of 3 boys 3 weeks ago. This brutal crime has had Quincy community on edge and our residents living in fear, Quincy Police Chief Adams Yates said in a Facebook post after Timothy Bliefnick, 39, was charged with a fatal shooting of his wife, Becky. I hope today's announcement can begin to calm some of those concerns. The victim that was found in her home on February 23rd after she failed to pick her children up for school. Within a week, police had executed a search warrant on the home in the car of her husband, who she was in the middle of divorcing. Given the circumstances, it's not surprising that a search warrant was issued and executed, the suspect's lawyer, Casey Schnack, told Muddy River News at the time. My only surprise is that it took so long. It is just as important that QPD, so Quincy Police Department, conduct such an investigation to rule Tim out as their suspect, so they can spend their time elsewhere. Bliefnick reportedly attended his wife's wake, but skipped her funeral service because he said he did not wanted to be a distraction. Authorities did not say Monday what evidence led them to to charge Bliefnick. He was being held without bond on 2 counts of first-degree murder and home invasion, and we expect to appear in court Tuesday. I bet you I know. I bet you I know. They probably got some of their search warrants back from the data services. Remember, I keep telling you, this forensic data stuff seals the deal for many people. Yeah, they weren't looking at him as hard as they were until they put those cuffs on, and probably because some ping, some cell tower, something probably puts him right square at that property at that time when this happened. It's most likely not a video. It could be a video too, because those Ring doorbells may have him pulling up. It may be that, or it may be the forensic data, you know? I know, Joyce Swift. It is a beautiful passage. I liked it too. But now I like May 15th a heck of a lot better, because I read that and I'm like, ooh, this is good stuff. I like this, but we can't jump ahead. So in 2 months, I'll be reading that one. BB in Texas, there was a DoorDash delivery caught on camera while a woman went to the door with the food. 4 people went around back of the house and tried to rob it. A new scary. Wow. That is. Got to be careful. You got to be careful. But there is a GoFundMe being raised in Becky Bliefnick's name. So I'm just going to keep going through here, see what else we have. I think this one I've already read to you guys. Oh, here's a case. We're going to probably get back to Bliefnick, but I put most of this stuff in order, so I might be done with all the Bliefnick stuff. No, I'm not done with the Bliefnick stuff. I can see 1, 2, 3. I got 4 more stuff, but here's something that I did find. Nerdy Addict brought it to our attention on Twitter, and this is a little scary on the heels of Summer Wells. All my team Summer, Justice for Summer, Summer's Army people that are in my chat. This is a little scary. This guy right here from Hawkins County, his name's Brandon Arnold, and he's being held in Hawkins County Jail on $100,000 bond. I don't know why $100,000. Something, the crimes that he's being arrested for, he should have a significant bond amount, something well above $100,000. Charges against Arnold include R of a child under 13 and continuous SA of a child under 13. This is very concerning to me in light of Summer Wells missing. Do I believe he had anything to do with it? I don't know. There's no connection with this guy to the Don and Candace Wells. But this is the kind of weird people that are in, come on, phone, that are in Hawkins County in Rogersville. Hold on. Okay. Ladies, please screenshot any egregious. Yeah, the screenshot any egregious comments that you see. And if you guys can, go get their URLs and we'll decide what we're going to do with them later. So I just wanted to point that out. This is Team Summer. This is Summer's Army. This is going on right in Hawkins County. Again, Brandon Arnold. We need to look further into him. I'm just going to move. I'm not going to drop this because I've got to do some due diligence on this as well. Again, this guy looks all kinds of normal. There's him and his wife. This is the Bliefnicks, Becky and Tim right there. They look normal. And I don't know what's going on in this country today where people just can't get a divorce without having to worry about getting slaughtered in their sleep or in their home. I get divorce is ugly, but you know what? This is why we should be, taking time to make sure we're getting the right spouse for ourselves. And, if you start seeing changes, but it's sad because they look normal for all intents and purposes, but he was very violent to her and she left. And here's the crazy thing, even with everything, good morning, Jen Between, even everything that we've been discussing here, I cannot tell you when their divorce is. I did try, you're going to see, I did try to look up some more information related to him, and we did find some stuff out, but let me just give you the rundown of the stuff that I found out. This is for the Bliefnick case. They got married in 2009. When they separated, she filed a restraining order against him and his father. Casey Schnack is Tim's divorce attorney that's trying to explain all this. In 2021, Tim was on Family Feud. And at 8:24 a.m., he was arrested on 2 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of home invasion for the murder of Rebecca Bliefnick, which is right there. Again, an award-winning nurse for her work during the pandemic. And there he is. Again, he looks normal. He doesn't look like this monster that he is. Someone residing at the residence of Tim Bliefnick has been temporarily detained for questioning in the death of his estranged wife, Rebecca Bliefnick. Becky was the mother of their 3 children. Search warrant issued on the house. So Rose 901 Lulu has been keeping us up to date on the information here. Here's one. It says Timothy W. Bliefnick reported his 19 Honda was entered and firearm and money was stolen. Wow. So it sounds like he may have disposed of his 19 Honda, which I'm assuming might be a motorcycle or car, was entered and a firearm and money was stolen at 1:35. But that's all that we have on that. And I don't know what this is. That's from Muddy River News. So I don't know. We'll have to do some more research on there. I'm just giving you guys some information. So make sure that you guys, let's see, we're probably going to have to listen. Actually, this is going to have. So this is related to her family and friends gathered at a Illinois church to mourn Becky Bliefnick Friday, the award-winning nurse and mother of 3, described as selfless, passionate, who police found shot to death in her home last week after images showed her estranged husband, Timothy Bliefnick, was home before the funeral ended. Friday, his family told Fox News Digital that he was actually present during the mass, although he sat separately from the couple's son, who were there with their mother's side of the family. I was present briefly for visitation on Thursday evening to pay my respect with my sons, and then I left so as not to distract while the boys remained with the family at the request of her parents. So, you know, I wouldn't want him to be around the kids either. I mean, we don't know. And there he is right there talking with sheriffs. And sat there. It says, looks like Tim Bliefnick did show up to the visitation last night for his murdered wife. He sat away from the family, did not stay for long. The whole thing is shady. Picture was taken by Fox News while his home was being searched. And I wish I could play some of this stuff for you, but I can't because you guys can't hear it on your end. So, and we already have the bad jokes. I think I've already went through all of this stuff with you. A crime with Bobby. Illinois police arrested estranged husband in nurse shooting death. She was an award-winning nurse, mother of 3, found gunned down in her home last night. And here's the photos of her. The POS that unalived her. And there's him looking like he's being questioned by detectives at his front door. It looks pretty heated too. I mean, I can't be 100%, but I mean, his body language and his facial expressions look a little concerning, but it looks like this guy has his arms around his backside and he has his arms around his backside. So it could just be a friendly, and may not be a detective, might be clergy. But you know, you can't really tell what it is, but definitely concerning. What is that on his head? See that right there? It looks like a clump of hair is missing. Doesn't look like that's his, maybe that's his ear. Maybe that's part of his ear. I don't know. It looks like a clump of hair is missing. But you can't see from the photos. And here he is in 2021 on Family Feud. So he was there. I'm assuming this is his mom. I don't know if these are his brothers or cousins, but that looks like his mom and dad. They look like him. And I don't know who these people are, so let's just keep going. Bliefnick went on Family Feud to accuse killer. Went from Family Feud to accused killer. That's a first. Becky Bliefnick was beloved nurse with 3 children. She was murdered in her own home on February 23rd, 2023 in Quincy, Illinois. Sad. Looks like they were winning. And that's it for that. So this is kind of interesting, and I thought I'd bring this up, and then we're probably going to call it. I got 2 more things, and then I'm going to call it a day, and then you guys are going to have to watch for my videos because I'm going to be doing a lot of different videos today on a lot of different topics, but mostly updating the cases. And that I have committed. I'm going to be going to lunch with my mom and my aunt today at 11:30. But before that and after that, I will be working on videos for each and every one of you. I like doing some videos. It kind of brings in a whole bunch of stuff that I can bring in all at once on one video. So it's nice, as opposed to trying to explain it through the live. So what we're going to do, and then we're going to play another one. I want you guys to see this video. Oops, unresponsive. Well, wait. And it says Lake County, Florida. An 8-year-old boy was arrested after he allegedly attacked another child at a Lake County home on Saturday. 8 years old, guys. There's something going on with our children. This violence is getting ridiculous. And it's being taught from generation to generation, and it's getting worse and worse. And we need to stop it. The 8-year-old choked the victim, a foster child, at the residence. He later let the victim go when he said he couldn't breathe. Reports stated the boy allegedly grabbed a knife and swung it at the victim, cutting the child's throat when the victim approached him. These are children, folks. Children. Yes, children. 8 years old, arrested now for brutally attacking another child. That, to me, is insane. And then this is about the Vallow case. You know, we all know that Lori Vallow Daybell is going to court. The judge, in a barbaric move, has removed cameras. You cannot live stream. They will have audio, but the audio will not be available those days. So they're going to be able to have audio. That audio will be released to the public either that evening after it's all said and done. But you will not have live stream audio with the Daybell case. I think it's a miscarriage of justice. This is a public trial. The public has a right to know what happened. And this judge probably needs to retire. I'm sorry. If it's a new judge, they need to be going back and getting trained by the older judges. I don't know what this judge's problem is, but it even says in this particular thing, why aren't they charging? Why they're charging? What they are charging is insane too. Doesn't sound like a public trial to me. Sounds like a monopolized trial. Judge is shady. I have to agree. They're putting the scales. They're putting their finger on the scales of what people have, what news organizations will be able to profit off this child and which ones will not. And until these news organizations start taking these judges to court like they did in the Brian Kohberger case, we're not going to get resolution. All this crap has to be legally challenged, every bit of it. And unless there's somebody with big pockets willing to legally challenge it, we get crap like this. So shame on the media out there. They should have done more to protect themselves against this. Just saying. And we'll get into that. So I think that's about it. Guys, I'm not going to open up my phone lines. I've got to get ready. I've got a lot of stuff that I'm doing today. I'm sorry we came short. If everything goes well after my lunch, depending on my videos, if you don't see a whole lot of videos popping in today, then just I will be live later this afternoon. I'm going to start coming live throughout the day because there's just things that are happening throughout the day that I'm not being that we need to be talking about that we're not talking about because it doesn't go inside with our coffee club. So we'll be doing something later in the afternoons. I'm sorry. I know yesterday I told you that and we never did it. But again, that was because Dolly went live and he hadn't been live. And we just may roll through it. I may just be one of those things where if normal creators aren't at their normal times, maybe I'll just go ahead and go live regardless. I just don't like stepping on toes or splitting the audience. I know that everybody, loves their creators and many of us share the same subs. So we really try to respect each other. I think everybody that works well together does work well together and tries to, enhance the other creators that they enjoy watching as well, as opposed to trying to step on their toes. So we just try to be respectful. I find if you show a little courtesy, maybe you'll get a little courtesy back. So that's all we're trying to do. Have a great day, Betty, and everyone else. But don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. We got one more thing. I'm going to pull this down. We got one more thing that we're going to go over because I wanted you guys to see this. I know many of you guys have, but it wasn't producing as much as I would have liked. So since I have almost 500 people in the chat, I do want you guys to watch it. And it's it's the stuff where Alec is. I was actually looking to find out what happened when Alec Murdaugh was going to trial. He got rearrested on a misdemeanor of introducing contraband into the facility there. And we didn't know whether it was drug related. We didn't know what really it was that had happened. So I was sitting here researching, going through my notes and everything of the case. And I came across the note that said, he was arrested again with the misdemeanor. And I'm like, wait a minute, we never really heard about this, about this other charge or what it was for. And I figured, maybe it would be, I was curious. I thought, why not try to find out? And so I started researching. There was a couple of odd things. One, I could not find that charge or where he had, had to go to court for an arraignment or anything like that. And maybe it's because it's done in-house since he was already in custody at Colleton County. Maybe it's an internal process or an internal charge. I don't know how that works, but I was looking for the actual court records so I could, maybe glean some information as to what was it about. Was it for pills? Was it because his sister gave him a book? What were those things? And when I was searching for him, I'm like, wait a minute, he's not here. He's not in this. He's not at Colleton County. I don't know why I wasn't thinking about it, but I just assumed that they were going to keep him in Colleton County or Hampton in the jail there before he went to, state prison, because he still has a lot of other charges and crimes that he's got to go to trial for. I figured in it, for the tax savings that they would probably just keep him in the county jail. They didn't. So I'm thinking, okay, well, he's not in Colleton. Let me go over here to Hampton and see if he's in Hampton County. And he wasn't in Hampton County. So I kept going down, I was ready to pick up the phone and start calling and say, hey, where is he? And then I thought, I can't even. Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, Robert's girl. But so I was sitting here scratching my head saying, well, where is he? And then I started doing some research. Anyways, I don't want to tell all, but I did want you guys to watch it. It didn't do too bad, but I just thought it was interesting information. Personally, I thought it was interesting information. So we're going to watch it. So, hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and talk about this particular case. Many of you guys know we watched the trial for Alex Murdaugh, the photo you see right here. And I want to take you back just a tad, if I may. And I was actually looking for Alec Murdaugh's arrest during trial. You guys remember the arrest? He was arrested again for bringing contraband into the jail. And so while I was looking here, I didn't see any 2023 charges on here. So I figured I would look in Colleton County to see if maybe there was an arrest record for that particular event, since he was arrested on a misdemeanor of introducing contraband to the jail. And so it brought me to their website, which I actually went to and did a current inmate search, which when I did, this was the only Murdaugh that popped up in the inmate search for Colleton County. So I'm like, oh my goodness, did he go to Hampton County? Is it possible he went to Hampton County since he has the financial crimes? So I reached out to Hampton County and did not find anything and decided to do another search, which led me here. And of course, I went to the spot, and sure enough, South Carolina Department of Corrections states that Alec Murdaugh is now being evaluated at the Kirkland Reception and Evaluation Center in Columbia. So he's been tried and convicted for the murder of his wife, Maggie Murdaugh, and his son, Paul Murdaugh. A few things that I noticed right off the bat is they shaved his head. His head that he once had is now shaved. He is in prison uniform, and he's heading off to maximum state or maximum security prison. For whatever reason, I don't think I was even paying attention that they would be rushing him right off to prison, because he's got many other charges and trials that are coming down the pike related to the financial aspect, the whole entire scenario related to his insurance scheme, where the roadside shooting, the foiled suicide plot, and everything like that. So I thought they would stick around for, resource wise, it'd be easier just to keep him in the county lockup, yada, yada, yada. But they took him right off. I don't know why I wasn't thinking of it. So I have nothing but just, it's crazy for me. So here it is. He's arrived at the Kirkland reception. So what did I do? I actually thought, well, if he's there, this looks like he arrived March 3rd. It's been 11 days. Certainly they've had enough time to assess him, to assign him a permanent maximum security prison. So I started to do the searches on that. And, I found this with the South Carolina, again, March 3rd, but I did want to read this to the audience. Richard Alexander Murdaugh will be processed into the South Carolina Department of Corrections today when he arrives at Kirkland Reception and Evaluation Center in Columbia. SCDC processes all male inmates into its system at Kirkland. As part of the intake process, like all inmates, he will undergo medical testing, mental health and education assessments, and SCDC will gather other additional background information. Next, the South Carolina Department of Corrections inmate classification system will follow the same process it follows all inmates. Evaluate the results of the test, assessments, and screening administered to him, taking into account his crime and sentence, and use all of this information to assign the inmate to a specific custody level in prison. This evaluation process takes about 45 days. After the process is complete, he will be sent one of the South Carolina Department of Corrections maximum security prisons, like all new inmates serving life sentences. You can find information about the SCDC classification plan here, which explains in detail about the factors considered in processing inmates. A shorter synopsis can be found here. So I thought this was interesting. So we're going to go to that. I don't know where it popped up at, but I'm assuming it popped up here. So here's a parse down inmate reclassification. This is from the South Carolina Department of Corrections, is changing the way it classifies inmates, which determines where the inmate is housed. The new system places a high value on behavior and is based on points which determine the inmate's custody level. The basics, point system. New inmates and inmates who have been in the South Carolina Detention Center custody for fewer than 12 months receive points for a variety of factors, including age, education level, current and prior offenses, escape history, assaultive history on inmates or staff, and gang affiliations. After serving 12 months, the system begins placing a higher value on behavior rather than convicted offenses and background. Inmates who have been in the SCDC custody for longer than 12 months have 2 additional categories that are also considered: disciplinary history and participation in work and or programs. Custody level. As part of the process, SCDC is changing the way it's described as custody level. Now institutions are describing levels 1, 2, and 3. Going forward, level 1 will be referred to as minimum custody. Level 2 will be medium custody, and level 3 will become close custody. Projections show a large increase of number of inmates who will be advocating for a lower custody level. That means SCDC will need to change the custody levels from some institutions. Those decisions are being made now. The number of inmates in level 3 close custody is expected to drop dramatically. This will enable SCDC to move those inmates to a single cell housing plan, which will increase the safety for both officers and inmates. The number of inmates in level 1 minimum custody is expected to rise. This will enable more inmates to work and learn trade skills. Sentences. The new classification system changes where an inmate serves his time can affect his ability to earn a high level of work credits, which can result in an earlier release date. It does not reduce sentences. Only the courts can do that. So there's a lot of information here. I'm just going to stop there, but there is 2 pages, and you can find that at doc.sc.gov/family/inmate_reclassification. So there you guys have that. So at any rate, that's what brought me over here to this. So I was looking in the State Department of Corrections, and of course we did find the post about Alec Murdaugh over there, and it led me to the South Carolina Department of Corrections inmate search, which I did click on this, and it brought me here to this page, the inmate search detail. Again, one of the first things that I noticed is he's in prison orange. His head is shaved, and he is still at Kirkland. And as we read in that letter, he should be here at Kirkland while they do all these tests on him to assign him to a maximum security prison somewhere inside South Carolina within 45 days. So we don't know where he is going to end up, but we did find out this information. So he has a Department of Corrections number at this point. He is being processed at Kirkland. And I just thought this was interesting because I was not paying attention that he had been transferred. And I thought maybe this would be interesting to my audience as well. So God bless each and every one of you. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, please be safe and kind to one another. So that was the video that I did on Alec Murdaugh. Him, he, for whatever reason, I wasn't paying attention. I just read in here from Robin that apparently Nancy Grace did a similar broadcast on hers after we dropped ours. It's funny how that works out, right? Because nobody listens to Bullhorn Betty. But that's okay. That's okay. Stay here. You get it first, right? At least sometimes. Also, I just found out, it doesn't show me on this end, but I did get my mods are just wonderful, gracious people. I love you guys all so very much. But my mods let me know when we have someone that does the gifted memberships, what I don't see on my end on StreamYard. So Jen Between gifted 10 Bullhorn Betty memberships. Thank you, and God bless you for that. The recipients of those was Stacy, Nikita, Krug's wifey, Amanda Elizabeth, Patricia Mann, Dino. Oh no, Dino wrote in here, probably he's in County wearing back. Dino didn't get that, but Guidance got a gifted membership. Colleen Howard got a gifted membership. Jenna got a gifted membership. Laura Harper, Robin Elise. So all those that received a membership courtesy of Jen Between, please don't forget to tell her thank you so very much for your membership to the Bullhorn Betty channel. What else do we have? So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But before I do, I just wanted to go over the beautiful people that help keep this channel running. I now know where to look for it on the other end, but we had Diesel Roddy Puppy gift 5 memberships. Joy Swift, a 2-month member, states good morning to Betty and Coffee Clubbers. Craft Florida Lady, 4 months. God bless you. Good morning, BHB and coffee lovers. Sean Bloor donated a cup of coffee by Super Chat this morning. Matt is happy that he's officially a coffee club member and puts awesome with a question mark. Kimberly gives us a super sticker through my ramp saying game over. And then finally, Jen Between, 10 gifted memberships to the beautiful Bullhorn Betty Club, Coffee Clubbers. God bless each and every one of you that work very hard to help keep this channel positive and going, quite frankly, right? Because it is a viewer-sponsored broadcast. So I just wanted to thank all the lovely people out there. And there's one final gift. This came by mail. So enjoy your gift. Maria, thank you. Your gift was amazing. Look at that. I got the armband for my phone. So now I can have that out. I got a hoodie. Oh, and a charger. So, it looks like a something that has right here. Oh, wow! These have little speakers. It's a little, hoodie for and it has speakers on the right and left ear. That is so cool. And of course, the handy dandy brand of the Bullhorn Betty channel, which is the medicated Bliss Stacks, because I'm always out in the sun and you guys can see me needlessly. My lips are always dry. I eat this stuff for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not literally. You gotta make it known because the haters they'll run with the story whether it's true or not. So again, thank you guys. I know it's awesome. I did not realize, but I just happened while I was showing you to see this little charger in the bag, and I'm like, wait a minute. And then it says right ear, and I can feel the speaker in it. So, and with the armband, so it's all Bluetooth. That is really, really nice. I didn't notice that last night. I just found that out just now. So again, Maria, thank you so much for your lovely donation. This will definitely be utilized. You guys see us in cold weather all the time. So this is going in the must-haves bag. This is a bag that I keep all my must-haves. So when I run out this door, I just grab this bag and it comes with me wherever I go. So again, thank you. And for the people that are smart enough to realize how much Blistex I need, God bless you guys. You guys have no idea. I have been going crazy around this house because every time I'm out, guess what I forget to pick up? This. If it wasn't for you guys, my lips would still be dry. So God bless you. Oh, and I still haven't opened it yet. But Jen, the new tripod is right here. And as we start working on it, I've got that one control panel I've got to hook that up and get that hooked up, but I just haven't had the time. So stuff's going to be rolling out here soon, guys. I've also been, just as a final thought to you guys, I also have been working on building the bullhornbetty.com website. I haven't started it yet. I bought it a year ago, and I'm glad I did because we had so much haters. I would have lost the .com, but I owned it and I own it. And we're going to be building a crime page. You know, it's going to be everything crime. It's probably going to have different tabs because we don't just, there's a lot of stuff going on in the country. And this gives me a little more leniency to be able to write about stuff that's interesting to me, not just the crime stuff, but other stuff that I do around the country and things of that nature. So I hope as I start, getting it designed and created, I still have to build it. Yes, I still have to build it. I don't outsource that because we don't have the funds to do so. So I've got to figure out what kind of format I like and design it based upon that. So I think my nails are going to be my face going, I don't know. I got to even make the little click things, the buttons that you click on. I've got to design them. So I'm going to be working on that. It's probably going to take me a little while, but once I get an idea of how I want it set up, the setup is kind of quick. It takes me a weekend to build a website, but after that, then we'll just start adding to it. And I would actually like to have an e-commerce portion of that site as well. And I haven't figured out how we're going to do that quite yet, but we will, where you guys are buying product directly from the website as opposed to having to go to Teespring or Printly or whatever other stuff there is. So it's all coming together. I just started working on a lot of this stuff yesterday, i.e. why we finally have our third-party Raffle site up and running, that we will be broadcasting on our community page as well as our true crime Facebook page. If you guys have not gone over to the Bullhorn Betty True Crime Facebook page, please go up there and sub up. You've got to answer some questions. We got to make sure that you're real and not a troll. My mods are very diligent and very protective of who they allow in, but always go over there. They've been dropping a lot of information about the cases that we're covering too. So if you want to be in the know and you want information before anybody else, quite frankly, I go over to my own true crime page to do some research every now and again. So you're going to want to go over there as well. But for the rest of you guys, I'm sorry for not opening up the phone lines or the chat, but we will do it this afternoon after I'm done with lunch. And I'm just going to roll with it. If somebody else that we deal with, it's no disrespect to them, but we need to get this stuff. I've still got a huge laundry list of tabs here that we still need to go through that I keep up because I don't want to lose what we're working on. And we've got a lot of cases. We've got 3 major cases coming up for trial in March and April. And then by June, we're going to have the Idaho 4 stuff where they're going to court. Now, it's not going to be a trial. We're not going to be going to trial for Brian Koberger for at least another couple years. But there's going to be a lot of stuff coming out, and we need to be monitoring that docket. in the Idaho 4, but we've got some major cases, major trials coming up for cases that we were watching and monitoring a couple years ago. Now it's full circle. It's time for the trial, and we're going to figure out how to do that, because even though we haven't watched Gannon, Gannon's a very interesting case, because his stepmom defied all statistics when disposing of him. His stepmom brought him to Florida and dumped him in Florida, and then was busted in South Carolina, yet the crime happened in Colorado. So a lot of stuff is really going on with and I want to hear how that case goes, but more importantly, I want to watch the West case. And even though the West case is in California, their laws don't really bode with Florida law too much. It's just different applications. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to get into, but different applications of the law. And this is the one case that doesn't have the bodies. And the West case, to me, if I had to make a decision between the Gannon Stock case or the West case, I'm going to go with the West case. Gannon Stock is just as popular. For the West case, the reason why I would be going with the West case if we had to choose between the two, is because of what is it? It impresses how you remember all these names and cases off the top of your head. It's because we studied them at length, and I'm one of those people. Once I learn information, I don't lose it very, very quickly. But the reason why I'm doing this is because even though Stock case is popular, we have a murder trial where 2 bodies have not been found. And that is with Classic and Sincere. And I think that the educational value that we can, garner off the West case is going to be invaluable for us going forward, because we deal with a lot of clever parents that know where to hide a body. And this is going to really help us in figuring out what evidence is used and how legal strategy is crafted when you're dealing with a crime with absentia. That means without a body, in absentia. So there's a no body crime with the West case. And I want to hear that, because again, it's going to be educational, not only for me, but for the audience, because we do cover these true crime cases. We need to know what is classified as evidence, what is not classified as evidence, what evidence is allowed into the trial. These are all the types of things that can really help us and benefit us in other trials that will be coming up in the near future. Say, for example, maybe somebody being tried in the Summer Wells case. That really is why I am watching the West case very closely, is because right now it's the one that most resembles Summer Wells that's coming up for trial here in the near future. So I hope that explains that. Anyways, guys, I love you. God bless you. Be on the lookout for my videos as well as my lives. Depending on how today goes, if you see a lot of videos coming out, the chances of me doing a live, probably not so much, because I may just parse all of this stuff down and do videos on everything related to Bryan Kohberger. Ariel Sellers, too. Those 2 cases are so much alike. Adopted through Child Protective Services. Both changed their names. Both killed. Oh, yeah, good catch. So Ariel Sellers. Okay. There we go. Thank you, Tammy. So anyways, guys, I just want to tell you guys I love you. God bless you. Go make it a great day. We're going to be dropping some videos. I've got lunch with Mama Bullhorn and one of my aunts today. So I'm kind of excited about that. And we'll see you soon. So guys, just keep rocking it out. And guess what? Happy hump day. We're going to be sliding right on into that weekend. Today is the top, and the rest of the week just glides on by. So you guys stay right here. We'll be back here tomorrow. I think I'm going to push this to maybe 7. So we might be starting live at 6:30 or 7. Not quite sure yet, but just be on the lookout. I'll make sure that it's set up before I go to bed tonight, so everybody knows exactly when we're going to be going live tomorrow. God bless each and every one of you. Till next time, please be safe and be kind to one another.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.